Hello? Yeah, mic is on. Okay, great. So, what's good, peeps? What's good? What's good? What's good? Well, everyone is good. Let's get to it. Yeah. Alright, I'm involved. Let's get it. Alright, cool. Alright, that's good. What else needs to be on here? What about the pop out actually? Pop out. Let's get that. Copy. Alright, so let's go to this. Pop. Alright, Q. Alright, let's go. Alright. Right, let's go. Alright, what's everyone saying? How we doing? Welcome, guys. Just getting started. New York session. Gearing up for the New York session, man. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone is well. Let's put this here. Alright, cool. What's everyone saying, man? So, looking at GBPUSD today, EURUSD today. Bullish on the dollar today. Right, so looking to see the dollar get to here. That's the plan today. Hope everyone is good. I'm actually in some shorts right now. Wait for retrace short. Yeah, I think the retrace has happened. Depends on what pair you're looking at, but I'm with you. GU buy. Not sure about that. I'm not sure about that at all. But yeah. What makes you think it's a buy? I'm not waiting on a buy. I can't lie to you. I think it's a sell today. It might retrace, but I don't think it's a buy. What pair am I trading? I'm trading EURUSD, GBPUSD. I was shorting GBPUSD this morning. Made a very good profit on GBPUSD. And I'm also selling oil as well. I've took most of my position. Yeah, I could get a retrace before lower, I agree. But I'm not going to buy it though. I'd rather wait for the sells. I'd rather wait for the sells. But yeah, this is kind of where we're at with GBPUSD. Been selling since Monday out of this area here. And then yeah, the unemployment data this morning was kind of the catalyst to bring the market down, which is great. So we've touched this daily level here, taken out this daily area here, so that's no longer. But again, I still feel like we can head a little bit further down on GBPUSD, maybe 132, like the 132 level. Overall bearish though. Yeah, I don't even think overall bearish. I just think we're retracing on the bigger time frame. So the weekly time frame is actually still bullish. So I think we're just getting a bigger time frame retracement, you know. Obviously the month of October has just kind of started. So yeah, we could come down a bit more. You know, we could even get down to the 131.50 level on GBPUSD. So I'm still overall bullish though. I just think we're doing a deeper retracement on the higher time frame. So yeah, that's, you know, it's been pushing up for quite a while. You know, if you think about where we are in terms of just the structure, we have been going up for quite a bit. But I think with GBPUSD, we need the sell-off to happen because, you know, the dollar was weak for a very long time, a very, very long time. So I just think, yeah, we're just getting a deeper retracement, man. I think that's what we're doing. So you can see this is the weekly level on GBPUSD. We're very bearish so far. We've taken out some weekly lows, so we could rebound off of that. You know, in terms of capturing the liquidity, we could actually rebound off of that. But I still feel like until the dollar shows us that it's getting ready to turn bearish, we should treat it accordingly. So the dollar, if we check the DXY chart, you can see we're still heading higher. You know, in terms of just where we came from, we took out this low back in September. We made that bullish structure, went up here, made another higher low, and then we've made a new higher high. So there's nothing suggesting we should be selling the dollar right now. I think it's still going to go higher, and that's what we're seeing with the majors coming down. So that's kind of the plan right now. Until we get until we see otherwise, there's no reason to go against what we're seeing on the daily picture. The 4 hours bullish too, in terms of like you can see the structure on the dollar. You've got this area here, another area here. So we are looking like we're tricking up higher. So I expect us to get above the high from last week, and then maybe something happens after that. But we're not here to speculate on reversals. The hardest thing you guys can try and do is pinpoint when the reversal is happening. Is very difficult to do that. You can have areas that you expect it to be reversed from, but to say, you know, you're going to get a reversal from this level or this area it's not necessarily the truth. So let's see how it goes, guys. Who's trading what today though? I find reversals easy. Yeah, that comes with experience. I get what you're saying, but what I mean is there's nothing to suggest we're reversing. That's basically what I'm saying. There's nothing on the dollar to suggest we're reversing. You know, this is the 4 hour on the DXY. I wouldn't just start buying GBPUSD because we've got a 4 hour candle like this, is what I'm saying. There's no evidence to support that we're gonna get weaker on the dollar right now. It's just stalling in my opinion. So it could pull down, but I still feel like until we actually start breaking structure, so if we get past this higher low here and then we came down here, then I'd start, you know, thinking about bearish moves and stuff like that. But until we get that, or if we get that, I would treat it accordingly. Until that high, I don't expect nothing. Yeah. So let's see. Let's see what happens. But who's trading what today then? Who's looking at what? How's everyone doing? I took a week off streaming. I wasn't streaming last week, so apologies for that. Just kind of was busy with other stuff, so I'm back today. But I hope everyone's been good. Hope everyone's making some money. Hope everyone's trading, professionally, not gambling and taking stupid trades. Yeah, the NASDAQ, man. I'm pissed about the NASDAQ. I won't lie to you. I had a great sell on the NASDAQ, but it triggered in the position during the Asian session, and I wasn't awake for that basically. So yeah, a bit pissed on that one. But the NASDAQ sell-off was crazy. I won't lie to you. So I had this area. This is the NASDAQ. I had this area that I wanted it to come in, but it came into it during 2 a.m. 2 a.m. So I just wasn't awake, to be honest with you. So it is what it is. But the NASDAQ potentially could go below 24,000. Which will be it'll be an incredible move, to be honest with you. But the NASDAQ this is the 4 hour on the NASDAQ. I feel like if we get a retracement here for this afternoon, we could potentially sell off as well. But again, we'll need to see signs of the sell-off actually happening. Right, so for a long time, this has been doing this. I don't know why, though. Is it because of that? Yeah, it is because of that. There we go. Right, so yeah. NASDAQ, NQ, it sold off heavily during the Asian session. If we retest this area, yeah, potential sells for the NASDAQ. I think we could take out Friday's low because the way it closed and then it's opened here, very, very bearish, especially on the daily time frame. I know we just got an engulfing candle here, so I feel like we could just be retracing to actually come below here. I feel like personally, with the NASDAQ, it's an overdue retracement. If you just think about how bullish it's been, this is kind of the monthly time frame. You can see since April, it's just been buying for all of these months basically. And yeah, I feel like we need a month or maybe even 2 months of down candles, and then we can start to then continue with the overall trend. But right now, I feel like the NASDAQ is very high. It's hard to short the NASDAQ and just start picking tops and stuff like that. It's very difficult to do that. But as we're seeing right now, there is reasons to come lower, especially with what's happening in the news and stuff like that. So I would just play it area by area. Overall, it is still bullish, but again, the way the price action is showing and what the structure is showing, there is reasons for the 4 hour to actually come down on the bigger time frame. So let's see. Blur, I do have a broker for you. If you just DM me, I can send you the brokerage that I use. Just hit me a DM and I'll send that over to you, bro. No problem. Watch EU 1 hour. Is this US tech? Yeah, this is the NASDAQ, bro. So yeah, I'm thinking we can get some sells if we come up to this area on a 4 hour. I don't think it's going to sell right now. I think it is potentially retracing to become a sell again based off of what we got during the Asian session. So it could be a sell. News in 4 hours. Yeah, it could be news. I don't know if that's going to be the catalyst. Do you know why? Any news? So yeah, basically Donald Trump spoke on Friday. Donald Trump spoke on Friday and basically, had some words to say about China, saying he's going to up the tariffs on them and he's going to basically increase the tariffs 100%. So obviously that's not good for the stock market. So yeah, not good at all in terms of just what's occurred. Donald Trump, even the crypto, I don't know if you guys are into crypto, the crypto markets crashed down heavily. Like normally on Saturdays and Sundays I take time off of the markets, but Friday night and then Saturday morning I was on my laptop. Friday night I was on my laptop at like 11 p.m. I was like, this is mental what's going on. So yeah, man, I think obviously with the back and forth with US and China right now, we might see the stock market come down a bit. Yeah, gold buys. Yeah, gold. I'm not fully I'm not really a gold trader. I feel like gold is in a mad bull trend. I think it's hard to even do anything that's set by it, to be honest with you. Um, but yeah, I'm not really a gold trader though. I'll be honest with you. It's not really my style. It's not my pair. It's not my pair. Um, so oil, I was selling oil from this area here. You can see I got out earlier, took my profit, but I was selling from this area going into the level we're kind of at now. So we'll see what happens with that. What software are you using to trade? I actually trade on TradingView, bro. So you can actually link your broker to TradingView. I used to trade on MT5. MT5 is still good though. MetaTrader 5 is still good, depending on which area you're in. But yeah, I actually trade on TradingView. Big sells and big buys on gold coming up. Big sells and big buys. I mean, it's possible. I just don't really like how gold moves. I'm not really a fan. You guys as well shouldn't be sleeping on silver. Like silver's at $51 an ounce, bro. That's fucking insane. That means like if the silver market's going up here, it lets you know that economies are not doing that well. Because if silver's being bought up, then yeah, there's an issue. We can see silver's at a new all-time high right now. So would I buy it right now? No, I would wait for a retracement. But again, I think the retracements ain't gonna be that. They're not gonna be that massive, to be honest with you. So you can see gold. So big sells on gold, very, very possible. Again, very, very possible, but it's hard to go against the trend. So I wouldn't even think about I would just wait for the buyers, to be honest with you. I wouldn't even think about selling it. It doesn't make sense to. So yeah, where gold's at now, you could get a retracement down, definitely. Maybe, you know, going into 4,994 could short down to there, like, and even lower than that, to be fair. But overall, you want to just be looking for more buyers, to be honest with you, to continue the trend. Who's your broker? Art DXL. Yeah, so DM me, Art DXL. DM me, bro, and I'll send you the name of the broker. What's the name for the silvers market? XAG. XAG is silver. XAG. Who's my broker? What's platinum doing? Platinum's kind of ranging. Still going up, actually. Oh, wow. No, platinum's been moving too. Alright, cool. So I have taken some trades today, so just kind of waiting for that dollar continuation, to be honest with you. I'm waiting for the dollar. We're getting a little bit of a retracement now, but again, the structure's still bullish. We could just be retracing to then go up. So there's no real news this afternoon. You got a speech by Chairman Powell today, at like 5 p.m. But there's no news scheduled. And you're right, something's definitely wrong with the economy. The economy's finished. Listen, when people buy, forget gold. If people are buying silver, they have no trust in the currencies. No currencies are being trusted. If people are buying silver, like China's buying silver, all these economies are buying silver, there's something majorly wrong. Okay, so silver's actually a good investment right now. If you lot actually, want to think about what to do with your money, silver is not a bad investment. It's really not a bad investment. Silver is actually a decent investment right now. I actually own some silver. You could buy like silver coins. You could buy silver bars. They're worth it. They're actually worth it. But yeah. Yeah, just waiting at the moment, guys, seeing what these pairs do. Like, we could get some retracements on the majors, but again, still feel like we're gonna head lower, to be honest. This is EURUSD 115421. 115420. So EURUSD definitely is gonna head lower. We've got a double bottom here. I think we're gonna target this area. We could pull up. Even if we pull up, I still feel like we're gonna be heading down. So yeah, let's definitely see what happens there. How long have I been trading? I've been trading for 6 years now. So quite experienced in terms of just what I'm looking for in the charts, what it is that I'm interested in terms of pulling the trigger, realizing when I don't have a trade. Is my training free? No, it's not free. Unfortunately, it's not. But I do have a free community where you can kind of join a community, and there are free resources inside that community. If you DM me, and message me saying you want access to the free community, I can send it to you. But the actual training is not free, unfortunately, because it's a 12-week mentorship, but it's going to teach you everything you need to know. And everything that I do on the charts, you can also do on the charts, but it's not free, unfortunately. No. The reason it's not free, guys, I know some of you are thinking, why is it not free and this and that? Free, when you give a product out which has actually got a lot of value to it, people don't value it when it's free. So I don't sell it for free. I can't give it away for free because I've done it before, and when you do that, people don't value free things. So that's why I don't do it for free, unfortunately. What signal is this? Don't really get the question, bro. I'm not really sure what you mean. Do you mean what pair is this? What are you asking? But yeah, freebies is, I'll be honest with you, the free customers, I don't really want free customers because their mindset regarding investing in themselves isn't there. I think you meant what chart? Yeah, so EURUSD. This is GBPUSD, sorry. The other chart, this is EURUSD. We're getting a pullback at the moment, but I still feel like we can head lower, Let's see, though. Yeah, just a waiting game. So oil was a great sell today. I think I captured like 130 points on oil today, which is good. Can you set price alerts on MT4, MT5 on mobile? No, you can't. So you can get TradingView on your mobile though. The only thing is with the free account on TradingView, you do need if you want to set multiple alerts, you do need a subscription. It's not expensive though. It's like, I don't know, £14 or something per month to get like a pro account, but it's worth it because you can set like 20 alerts. With the free account on TradingView, you can only set one alert, so it's not really that handy. But if you're trading for real, then you should definitely invest in a pro TradingView account. And when you do your markings up on the computer, you can go on your phone and link your account on the phone, and then the same alerts you set will pop up. Nah, it's 30 quid. Nah, that's for like the premium, bro. You don't need that. You don't need 100 alerts, The 30 quid one is like, it gives you a little bit more candlesticks, and all of that stuff, but you don't actually need that many alerts, bro. If you've got, I don't know why you would need more than 20. So just get the pro one. The pro one's good enough. If I was to have a funded, should I go for TradingView then? What do you mean? To do your analysis? What do you mean? To like mark up your charts? Or do you mean to trade it? Depends on the question, bro. Will gold continue to drop, account about to blow? Sorry to hear that, bro. Gold dropping. So again, gold's at all-time highs, guys. The way to think about it is it's hard to say what gold's gonna do when it's at an all-time high. In my opinion, it needs to come down a bit more. So this area would be a key area right now in terms of like gold coming into. It could potentially come into this area. May not happen today, but I think overall we are going to come into this area here. And then once we get into here, we then can start to see more buys. This is gold. For those that are asking, this is a gold market. To trade on at the moment, I'm using MT4 and 5. I'm not sure why you're using 4 and 5, bro. I would just pick one. Using both of them is just you don't need both MTs, MetaTraders. Just pick one, bro. But in terms of your analysis, like when you're analyzing the chart, I wouldn't analyze on MetaTrader anyway. Do you understand? Like you want to actually have a platform which you're comfortable in marking up your chart and doing your analysis as to why you believe that your trade is a buy or a sell. I wouldn't be looking at MetaTrader to do that. Do you understand? Because it's just not, yeah, it's not really efficient in doing so. So I think gold could come down, especially on the daily time frame. So yeah, for those that are thinking gold's gonna retrace, I think it can retrace a bit too, to be honest with you. But it doesn't mean we're bearish. I just think we just need to come down a bit. Is the Powell speech today? Yes, the Jerome Powell is speaking later today. And the gold, you lot are saying gold dropped crazy. It's, you know, I don't know what time frame you guys are looking at, but you know, 5, yeah. So for the last 10 minutes, it's dropped quite a bit, but that's normal price action. I wouldn't say it's dropped crazy. I think it's just dropping because of, you know, gold is volatile. But that's one of the, if you like gold and you like volatile pairs, then, you know, you should celebrate. I personally don't trade gold, but I do understand why it's coming down right now, to be honest. So that's kind of what I would say for that. Yeah, that's what I'd say. So like a computer, yeah, you need a computer, bro. If you're analyzing, don't be, if you're marking charts on your phone, trust me, you're gonna find it very difficult to do that. I wouldn't mark up charts on my phone. It's just not, the screen's not big enough, so it's just difficult to do that. So Meta would be just for entries then. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you use it for the entries to get in and out of trades, set limits, limit orders if you use them, market execution. Yeah, but your main analysis shouldn't be on MetaTrader because it's not that good. It's not that good at all. To US 30. Yeah, I'll check US 30 in a sec. I'm looking at the NASDAQ this afternoon, but yeah, I'll check US 30 as well. It's a clear buy if price drops into that demand zone. Yeah, so it's just waiting. So when it drops into that area, it's just waiting for it to give you the confirmation it's ready to buy again. So what will be a key takeaway is if the dollar starts to turn bearish and shows us reasons it's coming down, then you should believe in gold going up even more. So gold has a direct correlation with the dollar. Have I done many funded accounts? No. So I actually trade my own accounts. Funding accounts is cool. Like, if you need the capital, they're good. They're good tools. But before you get a funded account, the main thing to do is actually have a strategy. Otherwise, you know, you're not likely to actually pass it or make a profit or get funded itself. If you don't have a strategy, you shouldn't be looking to buy any account, in my opinion. So you think it's just a little retest? No, I don't think it's a little retest at all. I think the daily time frame, I presume you're talking about gold. I think the daily time frame is coming down because it's made a new all-time high. I don't think it's a little retest at all. Zoom out, guys. Like the best, advice is to just zoom out. Like, stop focusing on the 15-minute, the smaller time frames when you're analyzing the direction. It's really important, like, that you don't do that. Only because you can find yourself overlooking and misreading the chart. That's what I'd say to that. But how's everyone been though? How's everyone's month going so far? What's everyone up to? We're in the fourth quarter now. So how's everyone doing? Apologies for my hair being out like this as well, but I'm gonna get it braided, so I had to comb it out and clean it and make sure it's clean and stuff like that. So what's everyone saying? Definitely trading, you need a bigger picture. Trade on the phone is for execute. Yeah, if you trade on your phone, trust me, it's not gonna work for you. No shade, but it's not gonna work for you, bro. You're not taking it seriously. If you're looking on the phone only, it lets me know you're not taking it seriously. So it's just harder to mark the charts up. It's just that real. Like, it's harder to mark the charts up. What strategy do you use? So price action trading, PAT, is my strategy, bro. Price action. You can see my chart. There's nothing on it. It's just literally, I'm just following the trends. I'm following the structure. I'm following areas that I'm interested in buying and selling from. It's really that simple, man. Someone said supply and demand or something like that is similar in terms of just areas, but it's mainly based off of the price action though. That's the main thing, bro. Hence why I don't have no indicators or anything like that. These little lines here are just like the sessions, each session basically. So yesterday's session, the day before session, and then obviously when this finishes, it's gonna make a new line as well to have the new session. Do I trade one pair specifically or the index? No, I trade a few pairs. So I trade USOIL, GBPUSD, EURUSD. Yeah, I'll trade either GBPUSD or EURUSD. Depends on which one looks better. Or, excuse me, USOIL. Or sometimes I'll trade US30. So, indices. Someone mentioned US30. I'll check it. So, I think US30 is coming down. I think we're going to fill the low that we got from the Friday's low. I think we're going to come for that low. I don't think we're going to stop where we are. I don't think we have reason to stop where we are. I think we're going to head down a lot lower. So US30, you can see the 4-hour again. That Asian session kind of just sparked the sell-off. If we get a retracement, which I'm hoping we do get on the NASDAQ and US30, I'm going to look for more sells. But I'm not. If it just sells down and leaves without me, then I'm not going to chase it. I'm just going to leave it. Because, with US30 and NASDAQ, you need bigger stop losses, unfortunately. So you can't really chase the market like that and be safe. It's difficult to do that. So I wouldn't do that. So I'm looking for, this is US30. If we can get like a pullback into, where's my arrow? If we could get a pullback into this area here, then I'll look for, reasons to sell off, and I would target this low. That's what I would do. So it's just waiting on a pullback, really. Hopefully we get it. If we don't get it, it is what it is. I'm not, like I said, I'm not chasing the market. I've made profit today, so the trade has to make sense. And I'm okay with missing out on certain trades. It is what it is. There's nothing you can do. Trading trades. What's good, mate? Hope you're well. What led you to pick these? How did you decide out of all of the different things you can trade? So just down to the behavior of the chart. What, in terms of my confirmations, what pops up on the chart that is easy to read, like you can train your eye to see it. And yeah, the times that they tend to give you the volume in the market is another thing. Time in the market is important. So New York session is probably the best session to trade, and those pairs tend to move in the New York session. So that's kind of one of the main reasons as well. So if I was to trade a yen pair, then I'd have to potentially trade the Asian session as well. But it's just not a good time. It's too late. It's too early in the day, in the morning, should I say. But yeah, There's no real I could trade anything, but it's getting familiar with the pair. That's kind of the main thing. Any pair that you want, it could be AUD JPY. I could trade it if I wanted to, but it's getting familiar with how that pair moves. You can trade anything. You could trade exotics, you know, if you want to. So it really depends. But I've you know, the pairs that I've picked are tried and tested, and I'm comfortable trading them. Less is more though. You don't even need to pick that many pairs. Like, less is really more, to be honest with you. If you could pick 3 pairs and trade 3 pairs, great. If you could pick 1 pair, great, you know. But it's just understanding that if you pick 1 pair to trade, you might not have a trade every day or every week, and that's fine. Or when I say a trade every day or every week, a good trade, you might not have a solid trade every day or every week. So you got to be a bit more meticulous with whatever pair it is that you are planning to trade in, if that is the case of you just trading 1 pair. So hope that makes sense. So yeah, NASDAQ, again, this is the NASDAQ. If we can get a pullback into this level here, and then we start to see signs of a sell-off, then yeah, I'm gonna look to sell down to this low. That's the. Can you explain which FVG to use? I mean, everything's based on bias, so there's gonna be imbalances all throughout the. OBS disconnected. Why? Maybe it's my thing. Sorry. Reconnection successful. Sorry about that. Right. So when it comes to imbalances, there's going to be imbalances on different time frames. There's going to be imbalances on both sides, yeah, in terms of buying and selling. Now, how you pick which ones it's going for is based off of what your bias is in terms of the direction you think the market is going. Okay. Now, the reason I think it can come back to that area and go lower is based off of the fact that on the daily, you got this massive engulfing candle. So the fact that we've engulfed down so heavily shows me like a lot of sellers have entered the market. So you can't ignore this candle, basically. It's too big to ignore. Like, if you look at what was happening previously, you had all of these daily candles, right? But none of them, this eclipsed all of those. So the fact that this just like blew past all of that buying lets me know that sellers entered the market. Do you understand? So then when you can see that on a bigger time frame, you're now looking for reasons to then get retracements to then continue that direction, because that's what the market is showing you and that's what the structure is showing you. That's kind of the easiest way I can explain it, to be honest with you, bro. Now, when it gets here, it doesn't mean just sell straight away. It just means it's in an area where you can now start to see cells start to formulate. Do you understand? So that's kind of what you should how you think about which ones you're going to pick and use and all of that stuff. Can you do it by marking the daily high and lows? Can you do it by marking daily high and lows, and then after it breaks you go for it? Yeah, I get what you're saying, but it's not. Just because a daily high or low got taken doesn't mean it's going to react how you want it to react. Does that make sense? Mimi was good. It doesn't mean it's going to react how you want it to react. So it's not just about, oh, we're above a daily high and it's played into this imbalance, it's going to move down lower, or vice versa. It's not as simple as that. Yeah? So we just need to see, based off of the bias, what your bias should be with this amount of selling happening. And then obviously you've got the uncertainty as to what's going on in the world with China and US, then again the stock market will come down. That's the best way to think about it. Like how the structure is now, if you think about this is the 4-hour chart on the NAS, yeah? How this is now in terms of just coming down, we opened up here and then we've retested basically, and then we've pulled down. You can see the volume of the sellers getting in again. It's like there's no reason to buy this at the moment. Do you understand? There's no reason to buy it. Would I say investing long term is a good choice? In what? In the NASDAQ? Or which pair specifically are you speaking about? Sorry. What language is that? Is that Dutch or something? It's looking Dutch or Swedish. German. Yeah, I don't know German. It looks a bit mad. Interested in robotics and crypto, but I mean, like, do you think it's gonna dip even more? Yeah, it is gonna dip. I think it is gonna dip even more. But again, the main thing with investing long term, yeah, is not trying to time the absolute low. Like, do you know what I mean? It's hard to capture the absolute low. Like, you should buy when prices are at a discount. And understand that, you know, where you are in terms of the actual overall range where price is playing into. But it, you know, don't expect to just capture the bottom. It's very difficult to do that, to know how low it's gonna go when the low is actually gonna print, and it's gonna like continue from there. It's hard to know that. So when it comes to crypto, if you don't have any cryptos, and there's cryptos you're looking at which have come down a lot since the weekend, and you are thinking about investing in them, you should be buying them cheaper than they were anyway. So the fact that you can do that means that, okay, it's not a bad price to buy. Now, whether you buy it and then it goes lower, you're not going to sell it anyway. You're just going to have to hold it until the market recovers. But buy it in spurts, basically. So buy some, then if it goes lower, buy some more, and then if there's a key area, and this is why technical analysis is important, you want to basically like have areas where it's like, no, I was gonna buy here regardless, and then if it's at that area, just buy it. Like, that's what you was waiting for. So, more interested in robotics. Yeah, someone else spoke to me about this week. You know, where's the stocks? I actually had this R&R thing. Yeah, it's doing well. R&R's doing well. Can't lie to you. Interesting. Okay, I'm setting an alert on this. All right, cool. All right, yeah. So let's check, man. All right, Tesla's finally up. Okay, yeah, Tesla's doing well now. Finally. Okay, so Tesla's gone up, which is great. Nvidia's at all-time highs, which is great. Palantir's just tears, bro. Okay, even LVMH has bounced back. 50 cents. No, it's not bad. It's not a bad play. Do you wait for the news before trading? Yes, definitely. I'll consider the news. Meaning, like, what I mean by consider is like if there's a high impact news event happening on my pair, unless I've got a predetermined entry where it's like I've entered way before the news is coming out, I'll take the trade. But if the entry is not clear and there's news coming out, then I'll wait for the news. I won't trade as the news is coming out. I'll wait for the news to come out first, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's what I would do. Don't trade on news days. I wouldn't say don't trade on news. It really depends. How long did it take for you to be profitable? Would you consider yourself a profitable trader? Yeah, of course. It took me 3 years though, but that's due to like, yeah, again, just not having a mentor, not having people showing me the right way to do things. But it takes time, man. At the end of the day, you have to figure out what it is that works, and you actually, when it comes to your strategy, you actually can see you have results to show that it works. So then you believe in the trading and understanding how to separate from good trades to take and bad trades or okay trades. Because one thing that was holding me back, and one thing you guys are potentially on your journey towards an understanding, is when it comes to risk management, right? This is the thing that took me the longest to kind of really understand is you can preach or say to yourself that you're going to risk 1% or 2% on a trade, right? But if the trade is really good and you have a lot of confirmations on that trade to suggest it's very probable that it's going to do something, it doesn't actually make sense to risk the same amount you would on every single trade. It doesn't actually make sense. Do you understand? So what you have to understand is, right, is differentiating when you have a series like a A+ trade, A+ setup, or when you have just a C setup, C+ setup. Like, it's this, the confirmations, and the market's going to tip its hat to you if you understand what you're looking for in your chart. Now, you shouldn't risk the same amount on an A+ setup that you should on a C+ setup. Because why are you doing that? If you've got a lot of confirmation and it's more probable it's going to go in your favor, you're missing out on actually maximizing your gains. You're missing out on maximizing your profit. Do you understand? So the difference is that a lot of people have to overcome is when to know that they have a better trade. Like, their trade is really good. Do you understand? Sometimes the trade is okay, and then you're risking an okay amount, like a 1%, 2%. But if you have a great trade, that's when you can risk 5%, 6%. Do you understand? Because the heavier the position, it's just going to pay you better if it's a great trade. So you have to learn that difference. And if you don't have someone to make you understand that, it's going to take you longer in your process to actually see in real profit and see in proper results. So that's one of the key things, is knowing when to risk more and when to not risk more. If you're risking the same for every single trade you take, either you don't know your edge, as in like you don't really believe in your strategy, or you're just taking trades because you're bored, bro. Like, those are the trades you want to avoid. New York ain't open yet. New York session is open. The stock market's not open though. But I hope that makes sense, yeah? It does not take 3 years if you're smart. So money, if you was listening to what I just said, right? 3 years it took me because I did not have a mentor in the beginning. I didn't have no one telling me how to correct the mistakes. Okay? So that's why it took me long. I'm not saying it takes you that long. It took me that long because that was my process. I'm not saying that's going to be the same process for everybody. I'm just saying why it took me so long is because no one was telling me what to avoid. So it's easier. What I'm saying is it's easier to speed up your process by getting educated. Do you understand? It's easier to speed up your process by getting educated and following a protocol. Otherwise, you're just going to have mixed results. You will have mixed results if you don't follow something, some type of program. This is just how it's gonna go, bro. I'm trying to start, but I'm trying to decide which is the best, the sell or the buy. I don't really get what you mean by that at all. What do you mean? You're trying to start. You're trying to start, but you're trying to decide which is the best, the sell or the buy. Do you mean like I don't actually know what you mean, bro. Do you mean by like what the trend is, or yeah, you need to give me a bit more detail. I'm not sure what you mean by that. XRP price by December. Who knows, bro? Who knows? No one has a golden ball. No one knows, bro. That's a loaded question. Are we gonna get a bull run? Maybe. Like, it's hard to say the price, but you know, the market dropped the other day. XRP dropped to like $1.60. Crazy. Like, no one would have foresaw it dropping so low. But it did. So it goes to show you that, you know, it shouldn't really matter where your what the price is gonna be. It's buying it at good prices first. That should be your key. Don't buy it for the sake of, yeah, by this time it's gonna, don't have a time limit is what I would say. Like, by this time it needs to be at this price. No one knows, bro. Honestly, no one knows. Gold buyers, 1 minute order block. Nah, gold buyers, have a look. You're talking about 1 minute time frames, bro. It's like, come on, man. What is your overall analysis? Like, the 1 minute time frame, okay. What else? What else you going off of here? This is the 1 minute time frame on gold. So what exactly are you seeing here, bro? This price is coming down. So it's like, what 1 minute buy are you talking about? This is why, yeah, don't be so zoomed in to the smaller time frames, bro. Like, what direction is this going in overall? Do you understand? The trend is up and now we're retracing. So, like, it's hard to explain this, yeah, but basically your analysis should not be the 1 minute time frame. Your analysis should be the 4 hour and daily time frame. Yeah. You can see that on the daily time frame we are at all-time highs. Now, this area here, in my opinion, is where price would become the buy. In my opinion, I don't trade gold, but in my opinion, this would be the area where gold becomes a buy. So the fact that it's coming down, right? I don't know why you're saying 1 minute OB buys. Like, bro, the direction is, this is coming down because it's retracing. We need a retracement first to then buy it again. So 30-minute time frame is best. So again, there's no, I wouldn't say there's a best time frame. There isn't a best time frame. They're all good, but you have to do it in conjunction with the higher time frame, in my opinion. So like, the 30-minute time frame is not that big of a time frame to just analyze on. You have to analyze the bigger time frames. Then you can come down to the smaller time frames, right? In my opinion. Yeah, no, of course, but I'm just saying, you have to blend the bigger time frames with the smaller time frames. You don't just want to be on the smaller time frames the whole time. Daily 4 hour levels, 1 hour 15-minute entries. Well done, bro. Do you get it? Well done. You have to be in conjunction with the bigger time frame, right? So that when you go down on the smaller time frame, you're not getting lost in the price. You actually be like, nah, okay, it's not showing me this, or it is showing me this, but it's in conjunction with a bigger time frame area that it should be happening from. Hopefully that's, you know, the way that you guys are building your top-down analysis or your trade that you're going to take. Like, you have to build the context to why you're buying or selling. Otherwise, you're just going to be looking for order blocks on a smaller time frame, and then when it goes past it or it blows through it, you're like, how comes it didn't hold? It's like, there's no context. The context is missing. Yeah, the context is more important. Build a narrative with multiple time frames. Yeah, so the context, narrative. Why is it going lower? Why is it going higher? Why should it be a buy from here? Why should it sell from here? And the price action shows you all of this if you know what you're looking for. But, you know, that's what it's about. Do you get it? Full port news, YOLO. Do you get it? So, Mohammed, like, you're saying buy gold. Price is coming down, bro. So why are you buying gold? That's the question you have to figure out with your strategy. Like, why are you buying gold and it's coming down? Doesn't make no sense. I don't trade gold personally, but why are you buying gold? Okay. Hopefully you have an area you're interested in buying from and an area you're interested in selling from, and that's it. That's the most important thing. Are you even making money? Yes, bro. I'll show you a few entries on some trades I took today. So I shorted oil from this area here. You can see my entry was right here. I shorted it here, and then I shorted it once we got to this area here, and I'm now out of that trade. So yeah. Are you making money? What's your profit per year as a percentage? So this year, I haven't actually calculated this year. Last year, I doubled my account though. I made 100% last year, which is good. I'd assume so. He seems sure. Don't hate. It's not hate. It's just it's a fair question. You didn't even put a question mark though, so it's like you even, you know, is it even a question? But yeah, I'm just waiting now. Now it's a waiting game. I'm waiting for the next trade. I'm waiting to see the market show me something. Now, it's not just, you know, you shouldn't be just buying and selling all the time. You shouldn't be buying and selling all the time. It's just waiting. Is the market doing this? Is the market not doing this? And building the trade based off of that. That's the best way I can kind of describe it. So we've got half an hour or 28 minutes now to the New York stock open. I want to see what that does now. Kendo, what trade you in? I'm not in a trade at the moment. I'm showing I was in this trade. I was in oil. I sold it from here. I sold it down to here. So I'm not in a trade right now. I'm just waiting now to see what happens. But for anyone who is interested in learning the way that I trade or wants actual mentorship, serious mentorship, you want to actually get educated and, you know, stop looking at 1 minute time frames for your analysis, DM me and I got you, man. It's not free. It is an investment in yourself, but I got you. I'll show you how to trade the right way. Waiting for Powell's speech for a setup. Yeah, so when Powell's speaking, I'm definitely not trading the news. Definitely won't be trading the news when Powell's speaking, because that's just it's such an uncertain time. You'll start to see the market start flickering. You might even see it like go into a consolidation and all of those things. Big up Powell. Yeah, no, big him up, but master manipulator. Master manipulator. You just got to be careful when he's speaking because you don't know what he's going to say. You know, who's seen those memes? Like, have you seen that meme where Powell is like, he comes to like he comes to the stand where the mic is and he says, "Good afternoon." And then the market drops. Have you seen that? That's funny. But yeah, you don't know what he's going to say. So just wait. Look, what your trade shouldn't be based off of, co-host, no. Your trade shouldn't be based off of what someone's saying anyway. It should be based off of the chart. It should be based off of what your bias is, what you think it's going to do. It shouldn't be based off of what Powell's saying. Because fundamentals, right, you don't know if someone's going to say something which makes the market bullish or makes the market drop. I'm not going to trade straight away, but something will show. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. But yeah, guys, I've got a YouTube channel as well. There's a lot of psychology videos on there. Check them out if you're still struggling with the trading psychology. You know, I preach a lot about it because it's that important. And until you actually figure out your psychology, you're probably not likely to be, you know, consistent in regards to what it is you're looking for. So check that out. Let me know if you can like and subscribe to my videos. I tend to drop one a week, so there'll be one dropping later this week. Let me know if there's any topics you actually want me to cover, and I'll cover them too. Hey mate, any idea if you can look at a stock for me? What's the acronym? What's it called? I'll check it out. Stocks. I'll check it, but yeah, what's it called, mate? Navitas. Oh. Okay, here it is here. Okay, it's at $9. Okay, it's quite high. Okay, so it's made a new all-time high. It's actually gonna open up at $13, bro. So, oh no, it's not at all-time high. Sorry. Okay, so it's gonna open up pretty heavy. Seems bullish since May. Right, it went from $1.88. Fucking hell. To $5 in a week. That's crazy. Oh shit. So from May, it's just been bullish. Okay, so it's been a bit of a consolidation, but it looks like it's broken out now. So opening up here, it's gonna be opening up at a key area, to be honest. Still bullish, but it's gonna open up here. So semiconductors, obviously this is part of the tech industry. Semiconductors is big business right now. So have you bought any of this before? Like, do you have any of this already, or are you looking to buy it? Like, what are you doing? What's the plan? That's the key question here. What are you trying to do with this? You made money on the jump. Okay, but do you own any of the stock though, or do you just trying to trade it? That's the, you know, what are you trying to do with this? Okay, you want to trade it. You should have bought some of the stock, bro. To be honest, if you saw it at $1.90, why not own some of the stock? You know, that's a hell of a return. It's like 10x, bro. Would have been a 10x nearly. No, it would have been a 10x. Wait, $1.90? No, 5x. It would have been a 5x. Too much noise to make a decision. So what I would say with stocks, I don't trade stocks in terms of like day trade them or try and position myself on a day. What you want to do with stocks, bro, is understand what like you said, they've partnered with Nvidia, so that's very positive, right? In terms of just the projection of what it can do. That's more important than just mini dips in the market. Do you understand? Like, unless they was to come out and say we're cutting ties with Nvidia, then it's like, yeah, I'm not going to invest in the stock. But any type of business merger with such a big company, that news is more important than just what's happening on the day. Do you understand? Because stocks are they're a longer play. You know, you should be thinking about the next 3 months, what it's going to do, not so much what it's going to do today. Do you know what I mean? So hopefully you understand. Yeah, increase 40% just from that. So that's what I'm saying. Yo, bro, what are you thinking with EU? So EU, I feel like is gonna head. I think alright. So my analysis on the dollar is we go up. I think we're gonna head higher on the dollar. Basically, I think we make a new high, or at least take out the high from last week, Thursday's high. Okay, in terms of the dollar structure is still bullish. Like we're still seeing on the 4 hour, we've got higher low, we made a higher high, we've made another swing low here. We could then pull up and then make a new higher high. So um I would stick with the dollar going up higher. The dollar doesn't look like it's getting weaker yet. Do you know what I mean? Euro USD has got a double bottom as well. So I definitely think it's gonna come for that. Even if it pulls up one more time, I think it's gonna come for that. Whether it comes for that today, I'm not sure. I appreciate it. Thanks, man. What would you say is more viable for day trading then? Exchanges. Day trading stocks, you mean? Or you mean like the NASDAQ? What are you saying? What are you asking? But yeah, Toby, I think Euro USD is bearish, bro. I think we're gonna come down. Even if we pull up again, the structure is showing signs of bearishness. We might pull down on the dollar right now, but I feel like, we're in a little bit of a range at the moment. It's just going sideways. Even if it goes sideways, I would expect it to go up. Can you check EGLD for me? This is the DXY, and this is Euro USD. For those asking, would you day trade stocks or not really? Me personally, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't day trade stocks. Only reason is because, when to trade stocks, like you have to look into the company, like you have to know more things about the company. You know, earnings reports, potential business mergers. You have to look a lot more. It's a lot more reading into individual company business. So it's not my thing. I don't actually trade stocks. I do own some stocks, but yeah, it's just long-term plays, to be honest with you. So EGLD. Sorry, I think you watch crypto. What is that? A stock as well, or I haven't heard of EGLD. EGLD. Oh no, it's crypto. Right, let me check it. What's your bias on it, bro? What do you think it's doing? Just out of curiosity. EGLD. Binance. It's at $10. I haven't heard of this before, bro, to be fair. Damn, this has come down a lot. It's very far from all-time highs, to be fair. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. The structure is still very, very bearish, though. EGLD structure is just continuously clapping down lower, to be honest. So I think, again, it's just a long-term play. Like, you just got to wait for the market to kind of turn a corner. Right now, it's very bearish, but at the same time, there's reasons for it to go up, is what I would say. Litecoin. Litecoin's in a range, bro. Litecoin isn't doing anything. It's just consolidating. This is Litecoin. It's sideways, bro. So I wouldn't really trade this, to be honest. There's no real indication to trade this. It's just, there's no real direction. I would leave it alone. Personally, I'd leave it alone. But EGLD, like, yeah, buy it. It's at a very, very good discount, but there's no signs of it turning around just yet. So it could still go lower. So yeah, you just need to wait for the signs of it turning around, basically. Right, Bitcoin's back at 110. Okay, maybe it feels this wick. Bitcoin's not looking like it's turning around either yet. Could you trade futures rather than stocks? Was that comment for me? I don't know if that was for me. Yeah, EGLD sounds. What is EGLD though? I haven't actually heard of it. So is it like a yeah, what is the actual white paper? What's the white paper behind it? 1 minute time frame on gold. Not right now. Multiverse. Okay, interesting. So it's like Web3. Why you laughing? Okay, Web3. Okay, fair. But is it okay? So the ones I'm familiar with are like what you got? You got Sand. You got Mana. Those are the ones that I know of. I haven't really heard of EGLD. And to be fair, EGLD is way more expensive than them. Mana is like 25 cents or something. It's like 100% coin in market. They can't scam. Right. Okay. EGLD. Okay. How old is that coin? Like, how long has it been around? What does the one-to-one mentoring involve? Just 12 weeks of mentorship, bro. So everything is just recorded sessions, going from top to bottom, what you should be looking for in the chart in like a methodical and constructive manner, and then obviously giving you the support to actually see how you're progressing and gauge what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and then obviously helping you with the psychology side of things. So for those that need actual help with a strategy and knowing what prices to buy at, what prices to sell at, you just need to understand what it is your confirmations are. So from 2018, 2019. Okay, so it's not a new coin. Okay. I buy only spot. Yeah, no, 100%, bro. But if something's at $10, I'm just trying to figure out that's quite a good price, even though it did drop quite heavily on Friday to $3. So but overall, it is still just very bearish. That's the only thing I'll say. There's no signs of this like actually being bullish right now. It's just the whole chart itself is just very, very bearish. It's just hard to kind of. I mean, buying it at $10, knowing that it could still come down is quite expensive. I'll be real. That is quite expensive. So you just gotta kind of wait and see. So yeah. I bought it for $9.43. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all, man. Right. I think most crypto took a massive dip recently. Yeah, on Friday and Saturday it did. Still no signs of a full-on recovery yet, though. So just be careful. Um, but I did buy some cryptos during the dip. I did because again it's at a discount, so you have to buy them. What was I going to check just now? Right, someone asked me to check gold on the 1 minute again. Right, gold on the 1 minute. So, okay, what am I looking at? It's pushed down and then it's pulled up a bit. What's the bias here? What are you guys asking me for? It just looks like a retracement right now. It doesn't look like anything crazy. I don't trade gold personally. I'm not really a fan of gold, to be honest with you. It's not my thing. But, daily level, I would look for it to come down into this daily level. So below 4,090 is yeah, what I would look for it to do that. Jacob can't stand gold. I can't, bro. I ain't got time for gold. It's just whatever. Good asset though. I love gold. I love physical gold. I just don't trade gold, man. It's not my thing, bro. It's whatever, honestly. But yeah, okay. Oil's getting a bit of a pullback as well, which is cool. Let's check the indices. What's the indices doing? Right, looking for a pullback, really. Hello from Ukraine, bro. Very interesting to listen to you. Nah, big up, man. Big up, bro. %. Yeah, I'm gonna look at that coin. This is the NASDAQ. So I'm just looking at the NASDAQ. So going into the stock open, basically it's 10 minutes. I want to see if we can pull up into here. And I'm going to look for some sells from this level here. But if it just continues down, then I'm not going to try and sell it. I'm just going to leave it alone. But if we can pull up into this area where we sold off during the Asian session, basically a retracement. So you can see, if you look at the structure, right, you can see the structure is bearish. You can see the volume entered, which took us down lower. So we're just looking for a retracement to continue the bearishness to get down below this low. So that's kind of what I'm looking for if it comes to that area. If it doesn't, it is what it is. I'll be happy with my profit for today, and wait for Jerome Powell to have come out of his speech or whatever. I'm not going to chase the market, because what it is with NASDAQ, if I don't get the area I'm interested in, then my stop loss becomes a bit too wide, and it's just that's not what I want to do with stuff, because the pip count on US 30 and the NASDAQ costs more money. Like, it's more per pip. So I'm very precise on these pairs, and I only really like to trade them when there's a real indication of an area that the market can drop from. So let's see, man. Let's see what it does. What apps are you using? I'm using TradingView. Currently in on Golf. Again, haven't heard of that, bro. I'm not sure what Golf is. Is that a crypto? Just be careful, man. The whole crypto leverage thing right now is dangerous. It's not going to be in your best interest to trade leverage crypto right now, because there's no real direction. There's no full-on direction. You don't know if it's going to go up or down. Oh. Well, yeah, guys. Who's in any trades right now? Anyone in any trades right now? Let me know if you guys are following me on YouTube as well. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'm not nearly at 1,000, but on the way to 1,000, man. That's the goal. And also, let me know if you're struggling with certain parts of trading, like what your real struggles are. You know what I mean? I'll make a topic on it. Hopefully you can find some type of game or some type of insight from it, and giving back to you guys as well. So let me know, man. But yeah, just waiting on the markets at the moment, guys. Like you said, you can see the areas I'm interested in. It's just waiting for them to kind of play out, really. Looking for longs to the EU equilibrium. Yeah, you could get a retracement. I hear that. You could get a retracement. But I would just sell it, though. If it I'd rather just wait on the... Knowing that we have this double... This is EU. Knowing we have this double bottom here, even if it pulls out, I would just look to sell it back down to that level, So I'm not gonna, you can buy it, but for me, this is a 1 hour time frame. You can buy it, but for me, it just looks like the direction isn't that way. So that's what, I'd rather just trade the overall direction right now. So the 4 hour for me is coming down as well. Okay, we're getting some movement. So EURUSD is pushing up at the moment. I've got same setup waiting to sell. Yeah, so it's just seeing what it's doing at the moment. To be honest with you, because obviously we've been falling since the Asian session. So 5 a.m. pushed up here, 6 a.m., 7. That's all Asian session price action. So now we played into here. Okay, we could potentially start to short from again. It's an area that it could start to short from again. So just waiting on that really. GU is similar. So for me, obviously, GU has a lot more room to potentially feel like the imbalance and stuff. So that's something to consider. But again, as long as the dollar, yes, it's pushed down, but as long as the dollar doesn't break this low right here, then it's still bullish. Even though it's coming down, as long as it doesn't break this low, it can come down here and then actually get stronger. So yeah, that's what I would that's what I'm looking for. That's what I would look for. So let's see. You gained a follow. Yeah, love, man. Appreciate you, bro. No problem. Hopefully you you make some money today, bro. So that's, just keeping it simple really in terms of the analysis. If you're long in EU, I hear that. Just, be very careful about this area that right now that the price is getting to. That's what I would say. See what happens. What? Oh. See what happens. Alright, guys. I'm probably gonna come off the stream now. So thank you all for tapping in, man. I appreciate you. Again, check out my YouTube channel if you want access to my free community. Message me privately. Just send me a message saying you want access to my free community. If you're interested in getting some one-to-one mentoring and you really want to actually learn how to trade, or you're in a position where you're stuck and you don't really have a real strategy, you can message me about that as well. Currently have some spaces available, so first come first serve, man. But appreciate you for jumping on. I will be back Friday, guys. Okay, so everyone have a great remainder of the day. Look out for those areas that I just spoke about, especially with the NASDAQ. And thank you guys for sharing some of those stocks and those cryptos as well, man. This is the time to really start getting serious about your investment. So let's see what happens as well in terms of just money that can actually be put into the market right now as the prices are dropping. So I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you. See you guys on the next one, man. Love.